This article is dedicated to Kasparian's 60th birthday. Soviet chess magazine 64 called him the world champion of chess compositions. Time flows quickly, and today is Kasparian's 111th birth anniversary. Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and on this occasion want to share with you a wonderful game played by legendary Armenian chess composer and chess player Henrik Kasparian. For sure Kasparian is more famous for his chess compositions, but let's not forget that he was also a strong master who won Armenian championship 10 times. He was among those who popularized chess in Armenia, and by the way, he also fought at World War II. In this game, Kasparian is playing against Boris Spassky. The future world chess champion at the time was only 14, but he was already showing signs of a talent and was considered to be a promising player. This game was played at 1951 URS Championship quarterfinal. Spassky had white pieces and he opened up with d4, to which Kasparian answered with knight f6, c4 g6, Nc3 Bg7, e4 d6. King's Indian defense is on the board. f3. White is choosing the Sämisch variation. He is strengthening the pawn on e4 and is preparing a kingside pawn push. Knight bd7, bishop g5. This is considered to be one of the aggressive lines with which you can meet King's Indian defense. Usually white is castling queenside and is starting a very dangerous kingside attack. Knight e5. At the time this was a novelty. Before this, black was usually playing a6. Instead we see knight e5, and with this move black is like provoking f4, which was made in the game. Thus black managed to somehow weaken the pawn on e4, and after bishop d3 this time we see h6, bishop h4, g5. Kasparian is going for a pawn sacrifice, at the cost of which he is managing to regain control over this e5 square and is putting his knight on this pleasant square. Knight f3. Spassky hurried to get rid of this active knight, but this is a serious mistake. Castling queenside or playing b3 is better, but in the game we see knight f3, and I'm sure that in a blink of a second you saw the best move for black. That move is queen takes b2. Strangely, the 14-year-old Spassky missed this simple tactical shot. If queen takes b2, then after knight takes d3 check, white is suffering heavy losses. That's why in the game we see rook b1 and knight takes d3 check, queen takes d3, and the pawn on g2 also dropped. Rook g1, queen h3, knight b5, threatening knight c7, king d8, rook g3. Seems like that e5 could give white better chances, but instead we see rook g3, queen h7, attacking the pawn on e4, bishop d2. Now you can't win this pawn because in the end of the day the bishop on g7 will hang. That's why this time we see knight g4. Black knight is hurrying to occupy this square. Knight g5, knight e5 counter-taking white queen, queen f1, queen h4, king d1. At this point the threat is f6. White played king d1, but anyways f6 followed. Knight f7 check, knight takes f7, rook takes g7, and black also munched the pawn on e4. Black is totally dominating the position and victory is just a matter of moves. You can't win this knight because of this queen h5 check. White played queen g1 and knight g5. h4, rook takes h4, rook g8 check, king d7, queen f1, knight e4. Black is gradually intensifying the pressure. Queen e2, which stepped into another tactical shot. With his next move, Kasparian forced a resignation. Can you find his next move? Well, this time we see another queen sacrifice, which leads to a deadly fork. If bishop takes c3, then check, and then knight e2 followed by rook takes c4. A confident victory by Kasparian, who used fork tactic twice to prevail over his young opponent. In the end, a chess puzzle for you where the task is to win with the white pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Feel free to check out my early uploads as well. We'll see you in my next video.